seen the heavy assault on our post in Benghazi that took the lives of those brave men. We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with.
No, that's not fair. If you go back and read everything that I said that day, I quoted people who talked about it being terrorism. I had already said it was terrorism. There was no doubt it was terrorism.
All right, the woman lies like she breathes. Joining us now is a man I haven't had on for a while. It's been too long. Kenneth Timmerman, investigative reporter, best-selling author, and he has a great new book, folks, Deception, the making of the YouTube video Hillary and Obama blamed for Benghazi. Kenneth, good to talk to you, sir.
Good to talk to you, Steve. Thanks for having me back.
All right, no, my pleasure. I hold the book in my hand. We saw it on the screen. So where are we with this? Not a lot has been revealed. Not many people know anything about the video itself, the famous video that some on the left and Hillary from time to time and her sycophants still say did have something to do with Benghazi. That's when they're not saying, oh no, we said it was terrorism all along. So tell us about what people are going to learn from this book and what you could tell us about the video.
Well, that's right, and that's exactly why I did this research. I went and contacted the filmmaker, Vasily Nakula, the Coptic Christian in California. I spoke to actors and actresses involved.
By the way,
he's
in jail, right? He's in jail.
He was in jail for a year, and as I point out in the book, he was the first victim of Islamic Sharia blasphemy laws, the kind of hate speech laws that just now the mayor of London, the new Muslim mayor of London, has imposed, and that Hillary Clinton would like to impose here in this country.
Oh, I made that point yesterday. Thank you very much. It's not only the Second Amendment that she'll trample on with the Supreme Court. She'll end the First Amendment as we know it as well. All right, so talk about this. What did this guy do?
Well, the filmmaker, Nakula, actually wanted to make a 2-hour film, which he shot in the summer of 2011, about the life of Muhammad. And he drew his scenario from authentic scenes from the Muslim texts and from the Quran. But when he made the film, he didn't tell the filmmakers that. And of course, the script itself turns some of these scenes into derision. I found out that he hired a director, or he hired as director a guy who had, to his credits, mostly pornographic films. So it was a bit, let's say, disrespectful for sure. This said, it's a free country in the United States. You've got a right to do that kind of thing. And you have a right not to be blamed later on by the President and the Secretary of State for causing the deaths of 4 Americans. Now, I actually got into the story, Steve, and you'll see the front end of this story is the story of an actress, Cindy Garcia, who woke up the next morning, saw her face all over television, national television, being blamed by the President and the Secretary of State for the deaths of 4 Americans. She said, hey, I'm a patriot. That's not me. I didn't do this. And it's her story, how she gets her life back, how she figures out what the filmmaker was up to, and she goes on national television. And then she discovers that the movie really was about Islam. She didn't know that. And Muslims start to call her, threatening to kill her.
It is an amazing story. It's an amazing book. Everybody needs to read this to really complete the picture, complete the whole story, to learn more about this video. And Ken, as you say, really, you know, the first 2 victims of this video, or the 2 major victims of this video, were not our 4 brave Americans, including our ambassador, but the filmmaker and this patriotic lady.
That's right. And then I wanted to figure out how it actually went viral. And as I went through the Internet archives, and I had the help with some lawyers who do this for a living, I discovered that the first left-wing media, and it was left-wing media that first put out this story, the night of the attacks, they pointed to a website, a YouTube channel, that had gotten 405 views, Steve. 405 views.
Wow.
So it had not gone viral at that point.
Wow.
Nobody had seen it. All right?
Wow.
And then what I found out is that they put up, and it was a government contractor that works with CIA and the State Department, I believe, that put up this special YouTube channel that made it go viral. They used some very sophisticated marketing techniques, got it up to 10 million hits, and then they took down the channel and erased everything.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you how the heck then did they get the numbers? All right, listen, it's all in the book. I don't want you to give too much away. Folks,
It's all in the book, yeah.
the book, Deception, the making of the YouTube video, Hillary and Obama blamed for Benghazi. Kenneth, come back soon. We'll talk to you again.
With great pleasure. Thanks for having me.